Wes.
Yes, sir.
This is the part
It's a song, eh?
Welcome to Unfiltered and Informed, the new show that brings you the most controversial topics and tackles some of the current events that are going on today. Thanks for joining us.
All right, man, let's open up a little tune. A special song I wrote about a special somebody. Got a hole in her jeans, and her hair's pulled back. Pink lip stains on a can of beer she's got tucked in a paper sack. Smoky eyes and high heels, that sweet southern twang. The way it drives me insane every time she calls my name. Yeah, that's my kind of woman. A girl like that, man, she ain't easy. Yeah, that's my kind of woman. I'm gonna make that woman mine. Ready to take it over?
I got this. Thanks, Wes. Y'all give it up for Wes.
Thank you much.
Great stuff, man. Great stuff.
Happy to be here.
All right, welcome back to Unfiltered and Informed, the new show that tackles the most current events and the most controversial topics. Tonight we have with us Shannon Ireland, health and fitness blogger and founder at loveyourfitbody.com. Shannon, thanks for coming on.
I am so excited to be here. Thank you for having me. I feel so honored.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming. So, first question is, how does physical activities improve your mental health?
Oh my God, you guys, I absolutely love this question, and this is why. Because it's so profound and positive that the impact it has on our mind, right? When we're working out, we release these chemicals called endorphins and serotonins, these feel-good chemicals that are like euphoric through your body, right? Mm-hmm. And it also helps lower depression, stress, ADHD. I have that. I'm one of those. So, and especially during this process, you know, through COVID, I always try to let people know, hey, this is a great tool that is free to help elevate you in your mood and lower any stress that you're going through right now. It's a scary time, and I think it's just so profound to really take this tool and do with it what you can. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, even with you, for instance, you know, when you're playing golf, you know, you feel so good, and it's an activity that you love to do, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's amazing, and I highly recommend it for everybody. It's something that you just can't go wrong with, and again, it's free, right? We all love that.
Yeah. I'm glad she's talking about golf because I think that she's actually won me some money just by asking, how's your golf game today? Are you having fun? And I'm like, hell yes, I am. And walk up to the tee and just crank one out.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I love it. But when we're talking about it, and because Wes, you know, playing music and stuff, and I appreciate Wes coming in here. Wes Hayden, actor, singer, songwriter. He's been on a couple of different reality shows, The Bachelorette, Bachelor, but now his real focus is music. He's got a great company also, Pro Touch. They're a contract company, do a little bit of residential, commercial, whatever you need, they got you. But the reason that resonated with me is because I've been an athlete my entire life. Like I played football in college. I was on the pro wakeboard tour. I fought professionally for 6 fights. You know, like I've been around it. So I've always worked out. And I've always listened to music, and at the same time, you know, that feeling that you get when you're working out, you know, and those endorphins are coming, but then you hear like this really good song, you know, come on, and you're just like, holy shit, you know, like you're just ripping it, you know, or run faster, you know, whatever. Like it's inspirational, you know,
Sure.
to say the least. And I know that music has been a huge part of your life, you know, not only, you know, professionally, but I mean, I know it's got you through some hard times as well.
Absolutely. You know, the crazy thing about music, which is music is a vibration, right? And if everything is vibrating at a certain rate, I mean, it's going to be relevant to you. So I was telling a buddy years ago, I was like, the amazing thing about music is it will literally strike a chord with you, and it can take you back 10 years to a certain time. It can strike sorrow, pain, envy, jealousy, happiness, joy, it kind of hits every single mood, dude. So you ever notice, like, when you want to get hyped, well, you put something on.
Yeah.
Right. You want to mellow out, well, you throw something on, you mellow out.
Right before I go to the gym.
Exactly. You're going to the gym. So music, it literally is the universal language.
Sure.
Since I was a kid, man, it's just like, and just as well with all you guys and with everybody watching and listening to us live right now. I mean, it's a powerful thing.
Sure. I mean, it just came to me. I know we have our schedule and all our talking points that we always go through, but when you're talking about all those emotions that you go through, Scotty McCreery sang 5 More Minutes. And like that song almost brings me to tears every single time I hear it. And like I was playing cards, Uno with my family, my son and my cousin, my brother's son and my mom and dad. Like that's the thing, like go to the grandparents and play cards and play Uno and shit. And my dad's playing music and that song came on and I was like, shut it down. Everybody here, you kids, shut it down. Like be quiet, listen to this song. And my parents were like, okay, well, Dustin clearly has something he wants to, show us, so y'all quiet down, like listen to it, and the verses that he goes through, from talking about, being a kid and fishing, and mom calling him in and he just wanted 5 more minutes, and then going to that first kiss, with your girlfriend on the front steps, and her dad's on the inside flipping the light on and off. And he's like, man, I just need 5 more minutes, And then when it really hit me, all of those things I did, but then when football came up, that was like one that really just hit me right in the stomach, because when football was over for me, I was like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do. Thank God that wakeboarding just fell in my lap, and I had that opportunity to excel and to show off, my physical talent. But, him talking about football being over and how he has to pay the next time he comes to that field and crying with his coach, like those things just hit, and my grandfather also died at a very young age. And I was in the room, like talking to him when it happened, like, and him talking about his grandfather, seeing angels in the room. That was so big to me, and like each one of those, I'm just like, holy shit, man, like I need a tissue, so like the emotions, you go through the happy, the sad, and it's huge. Music and
it pulls them all. Quincy Jones, he said that music was the tuning fork of God.
Oh yeah.
So it's powerful.
Yeah. And so as you're talking, Dustin, I'm just thinking about how those feelings that you're explaining and the emotions that you're explaining create something. And what's that something? Is that something the motivation, the energy, the vibrations that you're mentioning, Wes? And think about when you have those gut feelings, you have those butterflies in your tummy. Like those can be a variety of circumstances, but when you feel them in your gut, you also feel them in your brain.
Sure.
And when they're stimulated or they start from your brain, your thoughts, your feelings, back to the gut. So those feelings can stimulate so much direction, right? And so are we going to go run for a workout? Or are we going to do yoga? Are we going to, just do a light walk to the mailbox and around the block, and that's okay. There's so many of my clients that they don't have time to work out, and I encourage them, well, you have a mailbox, right? You have kids, right? Go to that mailbox and come back and go again and come back. And just whatever works for each person.
Sure.
And create your playlist and run with it. I think so much of that playlist is a nice preparation for what your workout's going to look like.
Oh, certainly. I agree with that completely. When COVID, first shut everything down, specifically my gym, I just went to a pure, at home body weight workout. I mean, I was pull-ups, sit-ups, push-ups, I just went crazy. And then I got so creative, like my water jugs, my Ozarkas, like I use those as like doing squats with them, and I'm doing shrugs with them. Like I went to the nines, like I was going crazy. I needed that because that really kept me grounded, like going to the gym and getting out, a lot of stress. And a couple of shows ago, a good buddy of mine was on here that I used to work with. It's a physical trainer and a personal trainer. And he's like, dude, your workout is just ridiculous. Like I go through the whole warm up, workout, warm down, stretch, steam, sauna. Like I love it. Like it's therapeutic for me, so I enjoyed it, Moving on. Let me introduce, since she's already in, and you guys have got to see Heather Hirschman. She's a holistic health and nutrition coach. She owns Pure Body. Check her out, purebody.com. Fantastic. Like, you talk about getting your mind and your body right. Like, she's the one. Heather, thanks for coming on tonight.
Thank you for having me, Dustin.
Absolutely.
Happy to be here.
Tell me a little bit about what's going on with you and how COVID, being self-employed, and in your business, how has COVID affected you?
Well, it's affected me similar as it has my clients. And first, I do generally pretty well under pressure. So at first I'm like, okay, pressure circumstance, I got this, not going to bend, not going to break. And I went along that path for some time. And then, as I think so many of us are feeling, as time goes on, we're picking up these energies. We're picking up our friends or our families, feelings as far as, okay, what's going on in the world? And who knows when this is going to end? And we don't. And so that's the beauty of being in the moment and enjoying what you're doing, not knowing that tomorrow's promised to you or not. But what I have found so interesting lately is that while I want the best for my clients and I want the best for people that are in my life and really just in this world, I want people to focus on their health yesterday, mental health, physical health, nutritional health, and physical health. But what I've noticed lately is so many people are, they're concerned about their health because they've learned that COVID can affect those that mostly have underlying health conditions. And so it sparked an interest in them to really focus on their health so that they're not susceptible or as susceptible. And so many people are coming to me to focus on immune health. And I've been working on that for the longest.
Sure.
And so that's been a main priority with a lot of my clients right now. So I'm here for it.
Oh, that's great.
The more they want to help themselves, the more I can do to contribute.
Sure.
So,
Shannon talks a lot about it too. I mean, I know you are.
Oh, absolutely. I love it. And just kind of going off of that, I mean, COVID has affected all of us, right? Absolutely. And through this actually is like the time where I really started to focus and build my brand, everybody. It's crazy. I had this opportunity where the world slowed down, right? And I'm like, well, health and wellness is my go-to always. I mean, I've always been very much into it. So now that I had the opportunity, I started to film some of my workouts and share that with the world,
Yeah,
and
same.
once I got to do that, it was like, okay, well, let me talk about these topics that I share via, writing content and doing all of these things. And I feel like because I've had access online, because everybody is home, that's what they're doing. They're scrolling on the Instagram, they're going on the YouTube, which is amazing. There's so much out there for us, and we have the opportunity to be able to help and reach these, beautiful souls and say, hey, this is how health and wellness can really evolve you mentally, physically, emotionally. It's phenomenal. And it's a beautiful thing. And again, I think everybody should, utilize it.
Yeah, I agree.
I know I've taken advantage of it.
Yes.
I actually canceled my membership. I was with Lifetime for like 20 years.
Sorry, Lifetime.
And when COVID happened, they opened back up, but they didn't open the showers and the steam rooms and stuff. So I was like, $200 a month for a gym membership. I was like, you don't even have what I want. I just don't like getting back into my car sweating. That's really what it is. Like, that's what it was. Well, that's how it started. Now I just really enjoy like steam, sauna, like shower there, keep all everything clean. So I canceled it, and I was like, I may go back and join later on just because the amenities, and I enjoy that experience, but
How creative have you been able to be though through this process now?
I've been
right?
super creative.
You're taking you're taking it and you're going golfing, you're doing workouts with your son now in the park, right?
Yeah.
And you're going kayaking. So it's not just about necessarily working out in a gym and having to have that setting. It's really about just physical activity, right? Getting that heart rate and that blood flowing. That's what it's all about. And you can do that in so many different ways.
I agree, 100%. All right, little ad time. Are you looking to lease, list, or buy a home? Maybe interested in a luxury high-rise or an apartment? When you're ready, call Freddie, 832-588-1362, or check him out at myrealtorfreddie.com. Freddie Rodriguez for all your realty needs. call him 832-588-1362 or myrealtorfreddie.com. Freddie's helped out a ton of my friends. I could count 5 or 6 of them that he's bought their home or sold their home. Give him a shout. If you have anything, he's there to help. Wes, back to you.
Call Wes 512.
Well, yeah, if you want to remodel that home or get that home ready to sell, like Wes is your guy.
That's right. We do custom work. We're killing it right now, man. Business is good.
That's awesome.
I can't get my phone number out on air though. No telling who's going to call me. Find me on Facebook.
Where's my phone at? Let me take a look. I'm just kidding, man. I love Wes. We've been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun. It's funny because when I invited him on the show, I was like, man, play some music. And he and I have had some late nights, may have been a little bit of alcohol involved, but coming back to the house and singing, and he's way better than I. He can play a guitar. I can't, but I act like I do. And one funny story is he and I went out one night and we met these girls, and they're just in love with him. It was right after he got off to the Bachelorette, and these girls are just in love. And I was like, yeah, let's go back to the house. We'll play some music and drink and stuff. And we're playing. He's got this. It's not even his. It's my old roommate's at the time's acoustic guitar. And he's just serenading these girls. I mean, they're in love, and I'm over there doing my best,
Jesus.
And I've got this electric guitar with no electric to it. And I'm just strumming my ass off. Anybody knows anything, like you can't hear anything.
Oh, dude, I remember that. Yeah.
Man, we sang Conway Twitty and Keith Whitley all
Alan
night.
Jackson,
Yeah.
George Strait.
Yeah, we got into some good ones that night. Anyway, I was like, hey, man, come play a little bit of your new music, let everybody know about some of your singles coming out and have some fun with us. And so I was listening to just all of his music. I'm a little OCD, so I do all my homework for all these shows, and I'm listening to every song. And later that night, I get in the tub, and I'm like, man, I'm man enough to say, like, I take baths. I take about one a week, but it's an Epsom salt bath, like I'm doing it to maintain.
Hey, we full supporters.
Exactly.
We're like every night.
Yeah, girl.
So I get in there and I'm laying there and I've got these tunes in my head and I'm like, she's like whiskey with my hand on her waist. And this is just 2 of his songs and those are just the choruses. And man, I sat there for probably 30 minutes before I even caught myself and I was like, that's not even how that song goes, Dustin. You're just putting shit together. You're just making shit up. And I thought about it. I was like, man, it's like a George Strait song. Like,
Thank
I love
you.
it.
Thank
I
you.
love it.
Go out and buy the song. You can get it on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify. Look up Wes Hayden.
Yeah, look him up.
I'll
Great
be on it.
music. Great.
Yeah.
And my 2 favorite songs, She's Like Whiskey and My Hand on Your Waist.
Yeah.
That's
Hand on your waist.
Hand on your
yeah.
waist. I
Yeah.
added the my because I like that move. Little hand on the waist action.
I just love the title of the songs. It just lures you in.
Yeah, that's fun. It's funny you talk about She's Like Whiskey because a lot of songs, you want to try to capture lightning in a bottle. So you don't want to labor on a tune too long. Some songs like My Kind of Woman that I played earlier, it took me about 4 months to write that song, dude. I mean, I was just on and on and on and on. I knew it was commercial. We were thinking about getting it to Tim McGraw. So I wanted it to be super flashy and very commercial. But with hand on your waist, with She's Like Whiskey, that was one of those songs. I woke up, I was in Nashville, Tennessee at my record label, and I wake up about 3 o'clock in the morning. And the song is there. It's already there. I mean, the chords, the progression, the verses, the everything. So I literally got up and I wrote the song in 5 minutes.
Oh, nice.
And it's probably, one of my favorite songs on the record. It's got that Fleetwood Mac kind of feel to it, but it's rocking kind of country. Of course, my voice is country anyway, but the tunes are more kind of rocking. But yeah, man, thank you for the plug, bro.
Oh,
I got to take you with me everywhere.
Got a hype man now, man.
Flavor Flav.
Give me a big chain.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, that's great. Well, tell me something else. So you've been doing some reality stuff, way back. I know that. Tell me your most memorable moment, when you're either one, Bachelorette or Bachelor Pad. What's the most memorable moment?
The
you
juicy stuff, though.
Probably the Bachelorette, man, because it was number one. I didn't sign myself up to go on the show. I had a little sister who was a freshman in high school, and she had filled out all the information online. I get a phone call. I'm laying in bed in Austin. Never mind. I'm gonna leave that part out. But I'm laying in my bed in Austin. And I get this call, and I didn't recognize the number. So I listened to the voicemail, and it was like, hey, this is Davita from The Bachelorette. We love you. We'd like to have you on the show. So I call her back, and I'm like, I've never signed up for The Bachelorette. I don't know nothing about the show. I don't watch the show. And she goes, but we got your application, and we love you. We'd love to have you on the show. So long story short, I went on the show. It's nothing like anybody thinks. I mean, it's not like people go, listen, I had a great time. The people there I met a lot of great friends from previous shows and shows to come and different spinoff shows. But it's a TV show, and they need drama. And I ended up becoming the most hated man in America, according to the New York Times in 2009. When America's favorite bad boy on Fox, Kim Kardashian sat here, Paris Hilton sat here, and I won the damn award, stumbled my ass up there drunk, and gave the acceptance speech for America's favorite bad boy, or favorite villain was the deal. But
that's why we get along so well. No wonder.
I wasn't.
Man.
Well, I wasn't
friends for so long.
I wasn't really the villain. It was just the edits. You don't realize it takes days, 3 days of nonstop filming 24 hours a day to make an episode that's an hour and a half. And not only for that episode, I was there for 3.5 months. So I was in the final 4. And they take shows towards the very end. They've got footage to use from the beginning of the show and footage to use from the end of the show. And they're just back there like mad geniuses, just splicing stuff together. Well, my infamous exit, you guys should YouTube it if you get on YouTube. It's Wes Hayden's exit speech. The deal was that I had a girlfriend, and I came up on the show just to get famous with my music. They never found a girl. She never popped up. So, but they were adamant about getting it, and they tried to find her. They were all over Austin. They had people flying in trying to give them dirt, but it never happened. So as I'm in the limo and I'm leaving, and I knew that I was going to leave in Spain, because at this point you're down so low, and they were like, Wes, she might pick you, because me and her got along fantastically. Beautiful woman, great woman, still a great friend of mine now. Jillian Harris up in Canada. She did Love It or List It, and now she does another TV show. I can't remember what it is, but anyway, they were like, would you propose to her if she asked you to marry? And I said, absolutely not. I can't propose to somebody that I'm not in love with. I mean, I'm definitely not a virgin, so I can't offer her that. So whoever I marry, I have to offer her something, and maybe an honest proposal would be good.
A hell of a song. Wrote you a song?
Well, I probably wrote a few songs about that I've probably forgotten. But anyway, so I'm in the limo, and I knew I was leaving, and I get in the limo, and we're in Spain, dude, and it's hot. They've got the windows rolled up and the AC turned off, and you get in the back of the limo and you see the guys in the limo, and it's like they're by themselves. It looks like all of you guys over there filming. They turned off the AC and got me pissed drunk because there was nothing to drink but alcohol in the limo. And you have to raise your sentences when they ask you a question. So Wes, what's it like to make it to the Final Four with a girlfriend? Tell us what it's like. And so I said, well, I made it to the Final Four with a girlfriend, but it's not true. I don't have a girlfriend. Well, they cut out it's not true. I don't have a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And then we rode on for 2 hours. I get in there. I'm looking nice.
They're like, this piece of shit.
I'm looking nice and pretty. Right when I get in, by the end of the deal, I'm just sweating. My jacket's on. My pearl snaps ripped open, dude. I'm all smashed. I'm like, yeah, I'm going down in flames. Yada yada. So you got to watch that, dude. Wes Hayden's exit speech, Bachelorette. It is memorable. They've even got me crashing into a mountain and the car exploding. Oh, it's that bad.
This is great.
It's that bad, dude.
We'll have to check it out for sure.
Dude, it was insane.
What's your favorite moment?
Favorite moment was meeting everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Because I met so many great guys and so many great girls and the opportunity to travel the world. And, 2010, I was the most searched person on Google. So, I mean, I could go anywhere in the world. I moved out to Dubai and lived there, and people knew who I was. I was playing music. And so you meet a lot of people, but I can tell you this one thing. Fame is not for me. It was unhealthy for me. I had a bad experience. I mean, my head got too swole, and I got drugs and alcohol. Yeah, and I was already a drinker back in the day, and it compounded and got worse, and it was a big party until I eventually burned all my bridges and became homeless for like 5 years, dude. I lived out of my truck with a duffel bag and a backpack. Burnt all my bridges. I mean, I don't think it's healthy for anybody's psyche.
Sure.
Especially if you can't handle it.
Sure.
Right. And nobody can handle it. Nobody's available to have that kind of attention and still stay sane. You're gonna become too big for your britches and too good for anybody else.
Sure.
So I love my peaceful life in obscurity, still playing music, doing my thing. But as far as like wanting to be in the public eye, it's like, Dude, I dig.
We're gonna play some music later, but
Yeah.
I'm glad that
Yeah.
you're talking about that, and you know what's going on, especially with TV and stuff.
Mental health. There you go.
Oh, these girls right here will help you. They'll
Yeah.
get you there. I
Yes.
promise you. Well, we were talking about it earlier, and it was one of the talking points later. Is Ellen's situation right now with the toxic environment and stuff, and you being a part of show business, and being behind the scenes. And I understand it. Putting this show together, all the guests, all the logistics that go behind it, all of the equipment and stuff, and setup and breakdown, and going through that, it can be stressful. Like it can catch you off guard. And I don't know enough about what happened with Ellen. I've heard the few people that have come out and said that it was a toxic environment, but I don't know that it was if it was actually toxic or not, or if it's just somebody that's on that level, like maybe she expects perfection, like I've been accused of that myself, but her going through that, we were talking before the show started, and I thought Heather, specifically, I was like, man, what you're doing for people, like your business and your background, like helping somebody like that, like how do you help somebody like that? Like what's the protocol? Like what do you do?
Rather loaded question. Everyone's different, right? So I would customize every approach, but with what's gone on with Ellen, and which I don't know all the details, we never will, but there's been so many accusations floating around, and I'd imagine she would feel overwhelmed, or she would feel a number of things, or is feeling a number of things. And I would, being able to encourage someone to still be themselves, fall back to their roots, their foundation, who they are, what they're about, what they stand for. I mean, her show is so energizing and comfortable and personable, right? And my mom loves her show. She's a tough cookie to crack sometimes, and she likes it. Well, I think it's a fabulous show, and she really helps her, the celebrities or people that come on her show feel so comfortable because she's herself, and she encourages that within them. And I believe that it makes the viewers feel comfortable as well. It makes me feel comfortable watching, and I think when people feel comfortable and they put those labels of themselves or of that person aside, they can participate their attention more and gain more from what's going on. But going back to what she's been experiencing, I would love to sit with her.
What if that?
Right?
What if that's just some upset employees? Not that I've dealt with that a lot, but I've been a business owner for 15 years. I've seen people just make shit up. I have a girl that sued me because I fired her because she skipped work 3 days in a row and gave me these bullshit excuses. Like, and I had to deal with, and then she wrote a EEOC letter, or to the, equal opportunity employment. And they literally did an investigation. And I was like, man, are you kidding me? Luckily, I'm brazen enough to approach things by myself. I didn't hire an attorney and spend $10,000 to fight it. But she was like, oh, he was racist. They send you the letter, they show you exactly what they wrote. And she's like, oh, yeah, he said he fired me because he was hiring his best friend to run the business. And I'm like, yeah, I trust him. Showed on me. Then you told me this story about your mom being in the hospital. I mean, she went to the nth degree to lie about skipping work. And later on, I found out there was drugs and alcohol involved. But regardless of all of that, people can literally drag you through the mud at any point for any reason. I mean, she did it all. She filed for unemployment. They denied it. I wrote her. I was like, hey, this is the facts. Like, I'm showing you. Like, I can send you screenshots of text messages, everything there. And of course, they denied her claims and stuff. But then going to the EEOC, I was like, man, do I really have to fight this? Like, most people, I feel like a lot of business owners that probably aren't in my shoes, they're like, okay, call an attorney, spend $5,000 on a retainer, then get them to write all this stuff up, and drag them through the mud. Like, people can do that at any point. Like, I don't know what happened on Ellen's show. Like, sure. I wasn't there, but if you didn't like the job, get another one, but to complain and point fingers at her. And like I said, she does a lot of good things. Like, I love her show, and I'm not just saying that because I like her show, but I've been in those shoes. So hopefully none of us have to deal with any of that stuff anymore.
I want to still see her dance, you know?
Me too. I was thinking
Like
the same thing. I was like, man, maybe I gotta put that in the
I have her merch, so I'm all about like still rocking Ellen and getting up there and dancing with her. So, girl, do your thing, go through your moment, and then come back on top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She deserves it. All right, we're going to go to commercial break real fast, and we'll be right back.
You're driving along, enjoying a great day, when all of a sudden, someone's negligence causes you to be injured in a car accident. From the minute an accident happens, things can get complicated. You seek immediate medical help, but still feel scared and overwhelmed. You worry about your damaged property and the bills piling up for treatment. You need help, but aren't sure who you can trust. For over 25 years, people like you have trusted Mokaram Law Firm. When you contact Mokaram Law Firm, you are greeted by professionals that begin to put your mind at ease right away. We have a fleet of rental vehicles available for same-day pickup and a network of doctors and facilities in every specialty nationwide. While you focus on recovering, Mokaram Law Firm fights for you because we know what it's like to feel unheard by insurance companies. We will ensure you get the compensation you deserve. We want you to feel confident about our services, so we offer a super simple sign-up process and same-day cash advances. As a personal injury law firm, we also handle cases involving bad drugs and medical devices, such as Zantac, 3M earplugs, Juul, transvaginal mesh, Boy Scout abuse claims, and many more. Clients have been satisfied with our results for over 25 years. No case is too big or too small for Mokaram Law Firm. For a free legal consultation, don't hesitate to contact us.
Welcome back. So just wanted to follow up on that commercial right there. Like, I've helped hundreds of people, not tens, not 20s, hundreds of people. Car accidents, slip and fall, get hurt on the job, break your leg, break your arm, your mom, your dad, anybody that gets hurt, call me. 713-899-2019. I'm here to help. Those guys are very good friends of mine, and they'll take care of you just like they take care of me because they're family. Give me a shout, 713-899-2019. I'll put you in touch with them. Second to that, I want everybody that's watching to really take advantage of this opportunity. We're going to start taking live comments. We've got a person in studio that's going to take comments live. If you have any questions, tag, put them on Facebook, comment live. We'll answer them. And then always like, share, and follow us. Tell your friends about us if you have any questions or topics. If you have some topics that you guys want to hear about or talk about, shoot them to me, comment them on Facebook, and we'll get right to them with little less to say.
More to play.
How about a tune, guys?
How about a tune?
Anybody ever had a really bad hangover? But it wasn't caused from alcohol. It was caused from a really hot chick or ugly chick or whatever. Just a woman or a guy.
Every weekend.
Every weekend.
Does every weekend count?
Yeah, this is the tune I wrote. It took me about 5 minutes to write. It's called She's Like Whiskey. I'll do a verse and a chorus. Well, I think I forgot the words, guys.
This is great.
Hey, welcome to rehearsal. Welcome to rehearsal, guys. Let's go straight into it. See, how does it go? She comes on strong. It's hard to hang on. I know by now I'm about to get hammered, but I can't leave her alone. Now she's the reason for this pain in my head. Shades pulled down, I can't crawl out of bed. Now all I see is through these eyes blood red. Before you know it, I'll be at it again, chasing her down another round never ends. She's all I crave, I'm addicted, I swear, yeah. She's like whiskey, yeah. teaser.
Oh man, she's like whiskey. She's
Yes.
like whiskey.
I need
I'm,
a
ready,
drink
I'm ready to
now.
get drunk.
If anybody has a
real.
request,
I think we're on the same
Yes.
picture.
write it down on the back of a $20 bill. Bring it up here and I'll play it for you.
What about that
Getting it
Benjamin?
Oh, that's even better.
Yes.
Shannon, back to you.
Yes. Hello, friends.
Coming from Daytona.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep. What is your favorite thing about Houston?
My favorite thing about Houston? No, just kidding. Thus far, I haven't really been able to experience too much of it with COVID. But I mean, right now I'm enjoying as the restaurants are beginning to open up, go out, right? See some restaurants, try some fresh food, listen to some good music. So getting out and just seeing what Houston really has to offer. I still want to check out the lakes and do the Houstonian things.
Sure.
I do miss the beaches though. Florida, I miss you.
That's one of the best things we have in Houston is our food. Mm-hmm. We have some of the best.
Yeah. I've been spoiled a little bit lately, so it's good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great. What do you miss about home?
Well, the beach. The beach is the biggest thing overall. Just that salt water. I grew up surfing in the water and just being like a water baby and, having access to all that fresh seafood and just being in my bikini all the time. I will say, since I moved to Houston, my fashion has stepped up to a whole nother level because it's had to, right? When you're in Florida, you could wear little shorts, a bikini all day and, still get a job.
Wait, where is this?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
When you are in Houston, I mean, you're walking around and there's these, beautiful labels and all of these things. And it's just a different type of animal, which I love though. That's the whole point of moving here. I moved here out by myself and I was like, girl, just try something completely different. Get out of your comfort zone. I still have all my bikinis, but it's like I could use them and go to the lakes here and just indulge in something new. And I'm just super excited to be here. And I met all of you beautiful people, right? So
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's amazing. And I look forward to just connecting more with like-minded souls. I met Heather here and she's into what I'm into, health and wellness. So it's a beautiful experience and I just feel just so blessed. And then I got invited to be on your show. Like, what? This is cool. So it's amazing.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So, Heather, I have to ask, being from California, Kamala Harris just got picked as the VP. What do you have to say about her? I mean, that's kind of your stomping ground.
Well, I did move from California, and I do miss it. I miss the beach as well. I would have
girl.
brought it with me if I could.
Oh man,
But
Bikini girls.
You obviously haven't been to Galveston.
I have actually.
I have.
I love Galveston.
I do too.
Hey,
It's one of my favorite places in
my
the world.
Absolutely.
I enjoy it. I'm not saying I don't. I love Galveston,
Gotcha.
It's not the prettiest beach, but you're still in that beach atmosphere. Like
Yeah.
you still have all the live music. Like
And it's nostalgic for us. Because
Absolutely.
we grew up there as kids.
Sure.
Yeah, but I can understand coming from Florida and those crummy beaches in California. Florida,
Remember when?
I mean,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, he and I went and looked at a bar one time. This is probably 10, 12 years ago. We went and looked at this bar down on the Strand. I love the Strand like that. Just
Galveston
histor-
Strand?
Oh, yeah.
Because the California Strand's all I know.
Oh, y'all have a Strand too?
It's the Strand.
Ours is definitely the
Go
Strand.
ahead. Go ahead. We'll talk about Galveston for a second.
No, we went down there and looked at the bar, but I just love the history down there. Like that town is iconic. I go all the time. I take my son down there, but there's a Dickens on the Strand. Like Dickens is like Charles Dickens, the Oliver Twist and Christmas Carol story. But they do a huge parade down there every year, and I've been going down there since I was a little kid. And the funnest part for me when I was little is going down there. They have the confectionery there. It's like this old school. Like they still make hand taffy like there in the stores.
cool.
Everybody's and it's just tons of candy. And my aunt, well, it's my mom's cousin, whatever she is. We used to work there. So when I was little, it was like, oh shit, like we're going to the confectionery. We're getting a little bit of everything, and he and I looked at this bar directly next door to it. Remember that? We went down there and looked at that place.
Yeah.
these guys were totally upside down. It was funny. They were in trouble. They were just trying to get out of this place and try and make some money off of it. So he and I go down there and we're like, get all the details. And they're in tax trouble. They're late. They're late on rent. They got shit falling off the ceiling.
I bet we could get a steal on it now.
Yeah, right.
No, I went back this past Dickens on Strand, and there's some new sports bar or something going on in there. And they're doing well, I'm sure.
I'm sorry, but go ahead about the California beaches.
Mm-hmm. I want to hear all about these. I love California.
Kamala Harris, California,
that's
California.
Yeah. Well,
I just got the note. She was in L.A. and Kamala's from San Francisco or Oakland.
Oh, gotcha.
They're not friends.
Two shorts from Oakland too.
You're
we
not
might
friends
not be
with
friends
Kamala?
yet.
Kamala's a
but-
gangster.
Sure, I love that. I love
But
that.
I will say that I'm proud of her for stepping up, for not being afraid to step into essentially or potentially her purpose and not feeling inferior about it. And I'm an independent thinker, and I like to think along the lines of what someone as a person has to contribute, and their morals or values, but their viewpoints. And women generally are rather considerate, sensitive, and thoughtful. So if she can really step up to the plate, I think it would be a beautiful turnout.
I've got to stab that one in the heart. Right there, just stab it in the heart.
Because men are
Can I stab it too?
thoughtful, sensitive, depending on the man.
He's like, but they're
No,
emotional.
no, but 8 months ago when they were going through the primaries, she's talking about how he's a rapist. She didn't call him a rapist, but a racist. And then also talking about how he's a pedophile, and feeling on little girls. And now she's gonna run for president and vice president with him. That's my only thing. I'm like, hey man, stick to your guns, specifically when it comes to my country. Like if you're in a jump ship, because you want to be a vice president now, after you already just drugged this dude through the mud. I mean, and she did. She was like, he's a racist, he's a pedophile, he's a lot more than that, and just now to jump ship and join him. I'm like, I don't know if I trust her any more than I trust him, because I know that wasn't his first choice. If you went behind closed doors with Joe Biden and was like, hey man, who do you want to run this with you? He's probably like, I don't know, my buddy from college.
Right.
He didn't even remember his first choice. Apparently, from what I've been hearing.
Well, that's why I sometimes refrain from politics. I like to bring people together
Exactly.
rather than pulling
Exactly.
apart. Gender, race, we all just need to
I agree.
unite.
I agree.
I feel like he just picked her, on the broad term that she's going to bring in votes. That's it. Like it wasn't about her policy. It wasn't about who she is. It was that she's going to bring in votes. That's what he needs, and that's not what I want to be our next president,
That's
or
sad.
our vice president.
Sometimes that's the case,
Well, what I'm really looking for is, and I've said this on shows before, a white horse. And somebody wrote,
That's super racist, bro.
somebody made a comment.
It is, dog.
Dude,
I got to call you on it, man.
Okay. What's
just
a better?
messing with you,
What's a
dude.
better term?
They'll run with that though.
Oh, I already know.
that's
I've already
how-
got the comments. You should see the
Oh, yeah,
comments.
yeah.
When I said I want a white horse, I was like, what the fuck, man? I'm not talking about a white horse. I'm talking about somebody that this entire country gets behind collectively, And I made a comment. I was like, who was the last president that we had that everybody really got that way about? And if you do your history, it's pretty much only JFK. Reagan had his little point, where we're fighting, and he had to, people kind of had to get behind him. But then George Bush is the closest thing that you can say, and I'm not pushing George Bush, but I'm saying after 9/11 that everybody kind of came together. We came together as a country.
Yeah, they rallied.
Yeah, they rallied, regardless of, who they wanted to be president, they rallied behind him. And he said good words. Like, he's a great speaker. I know people make fun of him because of the way he talks, but he appeals to people's, emotion and stuff. So like he brought them together, and that's what we need next. Like I'm not fine with Biden and Kamala winning. I'm fine with Trump, and I'm not a huge Trumper. Like that's not where I'm going with that either. Like I think that he's the best suited to continue and to finish his legacy and finish what he's doing. But this next 4 years, who is that person? Like that's who we need to be looking for right now. Let's not wait for the next primary. Let's not wait till the next midterm. Let's talk about it right now. I'd get behind him right now. And if somebody, George Strait, are you fucking busy?
Kanye, apparently Kanye West isn't.
Oh, God.
Golly. All right. We're going to hit another ad and we come right back. Tyrant Racing and Classics, exotic car sales, service, and rentals for weddings, birthdays, and photo shoots. Give them a call, 281-631-3474. Or check them out at tyrantrnc.com. Tyrant Racing and Classics, your one stop for luxury, sport, specialty, and luxury cars. Dude, if you need anything, Lambos, Ferraris,
Yes, please.
they even have classic cars, tons of them, GTOs. They have Bentleys, you name it, like any kind of car that you're looking for. Limos also, they've got it all. They come with drivers. They'll help you out. They're great company. Give them a shout, 281-631-3474. Check them out online, tyrantrnc.com. Whew.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful, brother.
Mouthful.
Good job.
I know. I try hard, but tonight, what I really want to do is I want to play some more music.
Yeah.
Me and this guy are going to get down tonight. We're going to get some Keith Whitley and stuff and have some fun with it.
Yes. Bring it on. I'm ready. I'm ready to get loose. Whiskey girl tonight.
Man, I love this. What's the best remedy for a hangover? Oh, I love this.
Yeah, now that we're going to talk about it.
I got that one.
You got that?
Don't drink.
Oh, no.
I'm getting a little older, getting a little long in the tooth. I'll be 44 December 1st. So it's coming around quick. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, this is why I kind of had to stop. I mean, I'll drink if it's going to be worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to be worth it. Like,
Tonight is worth it, right?
Well, tonight we're tying. I might have we might tie one, maybe. But it's one of those things that I don't know about y'all. Maybe you can, but does it not just cripple y'all for days?
No, it does.
Days.
It does.
It's like,
honest.
Dude, I just got home from Vegas on Sunday or Monday. I don't
say
know.
no more.
I don't remember what. No, listen,
You made it home. Congrats.
I was trying to take it easy. Good buddy of mine's birthday. He's playing in a poker tournament. We've been gambling and partying all night. And his girlfriend is like, let's go to the pool. Shit, I can't wait to take my shirt off. I've been working for this all summer.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's go. So we go down there, and the cocktail waitress takes forever to get there. So, and I'm waving at him. I'm looking for anybody. I'm like, hey, man, I'm tripping bar backs. I'm like, hey, man, find me a cocktail waitress. It's 114 degrees out there, and so I'm like, man, when she finally gets there, she's super sweet. I was like, hey, listen. I was like, I want 2 pina coladas, and I want 2 shots of tequila.
Ooh.
And when you bring them back, just go get 2 more. She's like, absolutely,
mine.
I like you guys. And I was like, I like it. And his girlfriend's super cool too. She's like, dude, Dustin, you're a riot. I'm like, I'm having fun. So we're walking around. We go around, and the Plazo's pool is gargantuan. There's like 4 of them. Like we probably walked 3 miles, just lingering, chatting with people, having a good time, and got back. And she brings another round of 2 pina coladas and 2 shots of tequila. And I was like, well, when in Rome. And she didn't stay around long enough for me to tell her not to do that again. So we shoot them, we drink them, we're having a good time. We go down in the pool, and it's like, the water's freezing ass cold. There's like this, oh man, I hope nobody takes it. Fuck it. There's a photo shoot going on at the pool. Like a legit.
Raunchy?
Oh, it's run. There's fucking children everywhere. And this is what bothered me. Like this big girl has like the littlest bikini you can imagine on, and like she's like throwing her ass leg over, like to like show off like the whole goods. And I was like,
Working the curves, girl.
oh shit. I was like, and her boyfriend is just like doing the whole thing, and like he's being a sport. And I was like, bro, I would have left you right there. Like that first pose, like I would have had to run. Like I'd have been too embarrassed. Like I'm my mom would have slapped me if she just saw me taking that picture. And I was like, holy cow. Like, and they moseyed on and did their deal. Anyway, I come back to the table, 2 more pina coladas and 2 more shots of tequila. And I was like, okay, we hit them, and he finishes up his tournament, and we're like, all right, man, we're going to meet you for dinner. And man, I'm wobbling, bro. I'm 2-stepping all the way, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I mean, it took me 45 minutes to get to my room, and we just kept on. We went to dinner for his birthday and drinking wine and just having a big time. When I finally stopped gambling, it was like 4:30 in the morning. When I woke up the next day, I instantly shut the blinds.
Oh my God,
I'm
dude.
looking for Advil.
Dude, it's insane.
Yeah, it does definitely take a toll, especially as we get younger.
Yeah.
As we get younger, right? Over the years, it's like when we're having alcohol, it does take a day, sometimes, or 3 to almost a week to kind of recover. And I actually tell a lot of my clients too, because they love to go out and indulge. And I always say, okay, well, if you're going to go out and indulge, try to stay hydrated, drink water with every alcohol beverage you have. And when you get home, have that Tylenol, make sure you get some good sleep, and then take a nice Epsom salt bath. I always recommend that.
Don't forget that Epsom salt.
Oh, honey, it'll soothe your body like nobody's business.
I've got them all, dude.
So-
I've got them all. I've got like
so
the
do I.
lavender.
There's
I've
bath
got the
salts everywhere,
charcoal,
huh?
I've got- I don't even try and measure it out. It's like 1 cup for that. I'm like, fuck that. I rip the bag off, turn the whole thing upside
Yeah.
down.
Exactly. Heather, what do you do when it comes to remedies?
Oh, well,
I mean,
What were you gonna say before that?
well, no,
I saw the
I
change
totally-
of
well,
mind.
yeah,
you
sorry.
obviously that Epsom salt's good for you, right? But why?
Yeah.
Why?
All right, you tell me.
Because of
So-
magnesium?
Yes.
In the-
Magnesium that's in there. So
Right.
think about when we're stressed, when the body's under stress, whether a bear's chasing me or I'm stressed because I don't know, I've just got a lot on my plate.
A lot of
Gotta run to
bears-
the next
lot of
client.
bears chasing
A lot of
you.
bears chasing me, a lot of bears to chase,
Downtown
So-
Houston.
Right. So the body cannot differentiate the different forms of stress. Bears running after you, that's a stressor. Your body's stressed because you haven't given it a proper meal for the day, or you haven't had your water for the day. Your body's under stress. The body perceives it in the same way. So if you are, you're hungover or you've had too much to drink, and it puts stress on the body. So when you throw yourself in that bath, the magnesium from the Epsom salt is going to help fill your body back up with the reserve. So let's talk about, okay, say your body is up to here with magnesium, you're stressing it out with the alcohol consumption, lack of sleep, partying. No, you're now halfway full, half empty. So the magnesium from the Epsom salt will help fill those levels back
I love
up.
the half full. I love the half
Yeah.
full. I love that positivity.
Yeah.
Yes, girl.
So is that the best cure you think for it?
I'm really much into preventative measures, so
Sure.
you don't have to backtrack. So if you can drink your alcohol with coconut water, if you can drink it with fruit, so fruit is hydrating, cucumber, lemon, lime, berries, make a muddled drink so that you're already ahead of the game and you already have, say, like the antioxidants from the berries in your drink, helping you burn off that absorption.
I'm gonna get my
essentially.
full Metro Man on now, man. I'm gonna have all kinds of fruit shit hanging out of my drink.
Muddle up the cucumber.
I had a bunch of
the
cucumbers
lime.
and some gin several weeks ago. And
I'm
let me tell
all
you, it
about
did
that.
not work. I
Well,
woke up and I was
Wasn't
like,
enough.
It's not an end all be all.
Sure.
But you might have, if you were consistent,
I could have died without the cucumber.
could have.
It's possible.
You're here, you're playing music.
That's right.
you're,
That's right. Yeah. Well, I like
So,
that. So magnesium
yeah.
is in
I mean, if you just go over the
Vegetables
edge
and
and you completely forget, infusions are the way to go.
Yes.
Because when you're drinking, you're depleting your body of minerals, vitamins,
absolutely.
electrolytes. So
So we're going to get hammered tonight and then go get like IVs tomorrow.
I
I'm
say
down
we
for
I
that.
say we take a
That's a
huge
that's a
bubble bath with
question.
like 10 bags
Let's all
of
just
something.
at the same time.
I'll fill a hot tub up full
You
of
have
that.
to sleep in the Epsom salt overnight.
no,
And
because
then-
if you dehydrate
gold,
yourself,
though.
you're back
Oh,
to
that's
square
true.
one.
That's true.
It was a good thought.
What if it was
Hey,
cold
you know.
water? What if it was cold water?
Well, you want the hot water because okay. So for all you
Break
that
it
love
down.
baths, so when you're going and especially since so many of us don't have access to saunas and steam rooms, we have to still sweat. Get in the bath, water steaming hot, as hot as you can handle it. Epsom salt. When you get in the bath, as the water is cooling off, it's pulling the toxins out of your body. So if you get into a cool bath, your pores are staying a little bit more tight.
Okay.
You want them to
Seep in.
open up and be able to receive. But sweating is
I'm kind of a pussy. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. That's
I grew up with brothers, so it's okay.
me too.
disrespectful. I'm not like a hot water guy. Like
I'm not either, dude.
I
I
can
like
get in.
cool.
I can get into a hot tub and I just jump in like and just bear it. But when I take
Yeah.
like a bath, like I'm pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know. And then
When it gets lukewarm, it's almost perfect.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Really
here's
is.
a test to cap off on that. When you get in the water, what color is your water usually?
clear?
I hope.
No, normally I'm in like a river or
Usually.
lake. So-
I'll ask you next. So, but when you get out, think about it. What color is it closer
See,
to?
mine too is
Depends if I
clear.
have a spray tan.
Sure.
I run mine till it's clear. Like I've turned the jets on. I got a big ass tub. I love my tub. Like I cut that thing on. When
But-
I first started up, my shit is sizzling. Like it's
Yes.
popping because I'm not kidding. Like I don't buy like the little kitty bag that they have at Walgreens. I buy the shit from Walmart. It's like a big old
big
bag, and I just
daddy.
dump it in there because I heard that saline treatment. You know the float tanks and stuff that they do, like the mine. You know whatever that they do. What's it called? You know what I'm talking about? Like
I know what you're talking about. I can't.
the
think of-
float. They call it the float. You know, where you go in there in this
Floats,
zero gravity. And
yeah. I'm blanking.
I
too.
know. I'm like, we're all air, so
Well,
of course we're
float,
gonna. Forget.
Y'all are
a
way too
float-
fancy
it's
for
called
me, dude.
Floating.
yeah,
thing.
it's floating.
It's just-
So I
yeah.
used to go and do the what's the nitrogen thing?
The cryotherapy.
Cryo. I used to do cryo all the time.
Oh,
I'm all
gotcha,
banged up,
gotcha,
man. I've had all
gotcha,
kinds of
Oh,
injuries.
cryo is
So I
life.
do cryo all the time, and they're always like, "Dude, you got to try the float. Like it's zero gravity. You lay down in this, you know, and you just float." And I was like, I don't have time for all that shit. You know, like 2 minutes in the cryo makes me feel like a new man. So like when I went home, he told me, he's like, "Dude, it's just salt. You know, like that's all it is. It's basically the same thing." So I was like, "Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got salt. You know, I'm pushing. I got
Yeah.
overindulging."
Yeah.
I get in there and literally when it starts popping, like jets are on, it's like boiling water. It looks, it's crazy looking, and I run it all the way till it's done.
Oh,
so it's
yeah.
completely clear. I just let the drain run, and I'm not saving water or the earth. You know, I'm just one man doing all of God's work.
You're helping your body.
Well, my point is when you get in, so if you don't use the jets one time, when you get in, you'll notice the water's very clear, unless you use anything that's changes it. But
Sure.
when you get out of the bath, you'll notice it's a little murky. Those are toxins that have been pulled out of your body. So it's nice. It's reassuring that you did some good work.
Sure.
But on the topic of cryo, it's a great hangover remedy. It's a
Oh,
great
it is.
remedy
Yeah,
if-
it's true.
because what it does is it adds oxygen, supplies your body with the oxygen it could be lacking.
Sure.
So body's under stress, body's tense. You throw in more oxygen, blood flow to the brain.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I love
You're in a better
cryo. I'm
place.
a huge fan of cryo.
Yeah.
Dude, I got screwed though, which really sucked, man. This place called
Oh.
Cryo with a K. I was traveling a lot at one time, and they're like, "Oh, if you buy these packages, you know, like it's cheaper." And I was like, "Okay, cool." I was like, "Well, give me 10 of them," you know. And he's like, "Okay." I spent like I don't know $600-700 on this because they were normally like $50, whatever. And I come back from vacation, and the place is closed.
Oh.
I mean, closed, like not closed for the day, closed out of business, took all their shit. And I was
Wow.
like, I felt like, man, maybe this guy was like the owner or like the, you know, he had some kind of investment. He was like, yeah, go ahead and get all these packages because we're about to jip you. And I was like, oh, fuck, like I love that shit. And Annie was right next to my house, so I was doing it all the time.
That actually happened to me when I was in Daytona. They had a brand new gym that was opening it up. Oh, it's been open for a little while, but I was new to that specific area. And I had just gotten a membership, and so did my person at the time. And we had just signed up. We were going, and we went there on a Saturday. And we're all like all geared up. I mean, pre-workouts pumping through our veins, right? And we get there, and it's closed. Like, we just paid for a whole year, mind you.
Oh, man.
Not just a month, a whole year. We never saw our money again. I was like, are you, like, how do you have the audacity, right?
Oh, they're all.
I'm trying to do good for everybody and, you know, stay healthy and fit. And you're like running off with my money doing God knows what. Come on. I just had to throw that in there.
No, I love it. That's why
Have
we're
y'all had a
here.
good experience since? Have you found a new place?
Oh, this was in Florida. Oh, yeah. In Houston. Absolutely. Yeah.
I have not found a new cryo place. This
Oh,
is
I'm
pretty
not-
fresh on the.
I'll help you.
You got a good spot? Oh, fantastic. I cannot wait.
You can help us all out.
Do they
girl,
want some
yes.
advertisement? I'll bring them on the show. I'll be in there every afternoon. They're like, man, you gotta get rid of Dustin. Like, this guy won't leave, man. It's like the snowman.
I'm excited. I want to do some cryo now.
Thank you guys, everybody, for coming on the show tonight. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for joining us tonight. All of the viewers, remember, comment, share it, like it, follow us. Give us a follow so we know that you're watching, and then send us your comments and your questions. Like that, more than anything, is how you and I will take this thing to the next level. Like, I want to hear your comments. If you have topics that you want to talk about, things that are pressing on your mind, it doesn't matter what it is. You want to talk about politics, you want to talk about sports, you want to talk about the weather, you want to talk about my guests, you want to talk about me, send us questions. We're looking forward to it. Now we're going to my man.
Well, wrote this little song called Homegrown. Put the mic down. Mic is going down.
Mike's going down.
You know, it's good when it goes down. Song's called Homegrown. It's off the new record. I wrote it in Nashville, Tennessee. I'll do a verse and a chorus. We're going to get out of here, guys. How about it?
Let's do it.
I worked hard all week, busting these nuts, cranking that wrench, getting hollered and cussed, waiting on the weekend so I can have a few beers. But now I'm sitting in a bar, thinking of myself, bottle over there, sitting on the shelf, but come to think of it now, that ain't what I think I need. I need a little homegrown to help me get my groove on. A little something I can roll up strong, put my lips on straight, knock me off my feet. I like a real nice one that leaves the fire burning all night long. I need a little homegrown honey loving up on me. Tag it. I need a little homegrown honey loving up on me.
A little homegrown. Good stuff.
Yeah, let's
Great
go get
stuff.
some homegrown, brother.
There you go. I love it. Thanks, guys. Again, join us, like us, share it. You and I.